now we can shift our focus to Willie Nylander, right?
Yeah, we can. And
What'd you
I
think of
just,
his comments, by the way?
they're typical.
What's he gonna
They're
say?
token.
Yeah.
So token. I
Yeah.
want to be a Maple Leaf. I
Yeah.
want to fucking I don't care. Like, what do you think he's gonna fucking say? Every time something like that comes out, it's like your agent might as well have written that. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. It doesn't like tell me what he's saying when he's a bottle of wine deep with his fucking best friend on the
On
couch.
a
That's what
podcast.
I want to hear. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear some tweet that is freaking agent okayed. It's useless. It's meaningless. I don't even read it, to be honest with you. I don't even know word for word what he said. I just saw it in passing and said,
I got it
"Oh,
for you.
here's a token bullshit fucking answer." Of course, he's gonna. What do you think he's gonna say? He wants to sign the most possible money. I'm sure he wants to stay in Toronto. I'm sure he would love to get $13 million as well and just be done and sign and stay in Toronto and stay in his house and his friends and everything's set up for him. There's no reason for him to leave. I don't think he hates it. If he wanted to leave, he probably would have. It doesn't mean much that he says those things. What I'm thinking is, can we even get this guy? How do you make it fit under the cap when you got Tavares for 11,
True.
and go through the lines? How do you make Nylander fit in that world? It's just that's the reason he's not signed right now is he says I'm worth this and they're saying, "Well, we only want to give you this," and it's miles apart. I don't think we're going to get him signed. I don't see how.
A big portion of the media, as Rosie referenced, are in Europe right now for the European Player Media Tour. I know Willie Nylander spent some time as well with Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman of the 32 Thoughts podcast, essentially saying, I want to be in Toronto as long as I can. That's just where my mind is at. He pretty much went on to say there's no urgency in making a contract right now, but he wants to be a Maple Leaf. But again, like, what is the guy going to say? And I know there was some hoopla. People were like, holy shit, did you hear what Nylander said? Like, he said nothing. What is the guy going to say until he signs? Having said that, Rosie, I think you would agree. Again, I think the negotiation with Matthews is pretty simple. I think the Nylander one is way more complex. I don't know if you agree.
It is, and it comes down to the cap, and it comes down to the
Yep,
core four, and what do you have left? And I'm these big. I mean, when I was playing 7 mil for Dion Phaneuf and
exactly.
Phil Kessel, that was the top ticket, man. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Crosby signed his 8.7, and he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he's Sidney Crosby. That
Mm-hmm.
was like unheard of, and now we're blasting up to 13 some $million. It's getting freaking crazy. Yeah, the cap's going up, but I feel like it squeezes other players down, those mid to low level guys, those $4 million guys. It squeezes them down. It just pushes it all down. And when you got four guys that are up in that era, with the Marner and the Matthews and the Nylander and the Tavares, they're the core four. And I just keep saying, what is the most valuable guys are that? Obviously, Auston Matthews is the guy, like you just said. His numbers speak for themselves. He's going to score 1 billion goals in the future. And I just keep coming back to John Tavares at 11. If he was at like 8, he's kind
I
of in
know.
the twilight. He's not as fast and dynamic as these guys. Yeah, he's got leadership qualities, which I appreciate and value, but it's just like he's crunching up that number, like the gap that Tree Living in the Maple Leafs and Shanahan have between themselves and Nylander, that gap, it should be taken up by John Tavares. He should be eating that gap. He should be down where he should be value wise. He's over fucking paid. I'm sorry. At $11 million, it's too high. And because he's too high, we're not going to get Nylander signed. That is where I think we are. I do not care what he says to the media or to Elliot Friedman. It is so fucking irrelevant what he says. He's saying he's going to say everything. I love the city. I love the
Yeah.
fans. I love the
PR
media. It
game.
doesn't matter. He's
Yeah.
saying, pay me what I'm fucking worth, and you're not offering me that. That's why I'm not signed right now. And if you don't offer me that, I'm probably not going to be a Maple Leaf. However that shakes out. Maybe they go on a run and they win the cup and they lose him for nothing. Maybe they trade him at the deadline. Maybe they trade him in November. I don't know. But they're not going to get William Nylander signing it. It kind of bugs me because he's one of the guys that I think, God damn it,
Mm-hmm.
he is the I like him more. I think he's more valuable than certain players on the team, and I think we're going to lose him because of the money they've thrown at guys, not Auston Matthews.
And to clarify, this is not on Johnny T or his agent.
No,
You're
no,
chasing that
no.
money. This is on the previous regime. Not to throw stones at Kyle Dubas. He did some great things for this franchise, but he set the pecking order, didn't he?
It's nothing against John Tavares. It's not
Yeah,
I'm not knocking him. I don't dislike him.
yeah,
Nothing about that. I'm just saying John Tavares is what he is. I appreciate him. I like him. I like all the things I just mentioned about his skill set. But at $11 million, I'd rather have that at 8.5, and there's an extra 2.5 for William Nylander. That's just so obvious to me. But it can't. What's done is done, and because of it, that $2 million, you can't just bump the cap. It is what it is. You're not going to get Nylander done. And I hope I eat my words, and I hope they pull some magic, and I hope Tree Living does something wild and pull some shit off. But I don't know what that is that you're going to get done. That's You have to move shit around, and it's going to hurt the team if you're going to make it done. I just don't think we can get it done.